Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, we'll talk about Angular project structure. We'll talk about all the components or all the files of Angular project. Alright, so that being said, let's begin the video. Now guys, first of all, we'll go and we'll create a new project. We'll call it first, right? And then we'll open project into VS Code editor. Alright, so let me open the command prompt. Alright guys, so this is my workspace. Now we are going to create Angular project. So the command is ng new first. Now you have to say yes for Angular routing and enter for the default. So guys, our project is ready. Now if I do like code, then dot, it will open my projects into the VS Code. All my projects which are there in my workspace. But we don't want that. We'll go to CD. And then let's go to our project first. And now here I just want to open only one project, our very first project, into VS Code editor. So the command is code space dot. So here is your VS Code editor, right? And here is our project called first. Now guys, let me just run this project quickly. So ng build is the command to build your Angular project. Our build is ready. Now let's go and start our project. So the command is ng server. This particular command will deploy your Angular application on server. Alright guys, so it's deployed, right? So I'm going to hit control and then click on this link. Alright guys, so here you can see our application called first app is up and running. Alright, so let me bring this one down. Now let's go and talk about the project files. So dist folder is like distribution. When you run your build command, it generates the build that you can deploy. So that goes here. It is exactly the way you do in Java, right? You run your build script. It could be your ent build script or it could be your pom.xml file, right? And then you generate a war file or a jar file that goes under dist folder. Exactly same way we have dist in Angular as well, right? Now the next folder is node_module. So this folder is exactly same as your library, your lib folder in Java, where you have all your dependencies, right? Now if I expand this one, you will see this particular folder has got all the dependencies that you need to run your Angular project, right? ng_module is similar to lib or library folder of your Java project. Simple. src is your source folder. So we'll talk about src in a moment. Let's quickly cover the rest of the files first, right? Now the next one is .browser list rc. So if you open this particular file, your application is going to support these browsers mentioned here. For example, what it says, now let me run this particular command just to see the browsers which my application supports. So let's open command prompt and I'll type this command here, right? So our Angular application supports these many browsers. Now the next one is editor config. So this particular file is specific to this particular editor. So basically we are using VS Code, right? So this file is specific to the VS Code only. But if you really want to know more about it, you can go and hit this particular link. So here you can read more about it, editor config, right? And here also it says that it comes by default with these tools, these IDEs, all right? Now the next one is git ignore. So basically here you mention all those files that you don't want to put into the, or you don't want to commit into the git repo. So this file is not specific to Angular. So git ignore is, for example, you don't want to commit your compiled files, because every time you compile your project, there will be compiled version of all your files, right? And we don't normally commit those files into the git repo. So you can mention all those files here. So similarly, if you see here, we don't commit dist because every time you run your build, new version will be created. Temp output of your TypeScript compiled code, it generates the compiled files all the time. ng modules, where you have all your libraries. And if you go down, here is your settings that is specific to your IDE, right? You see here, it's specific to your VS Code and all, right? Git ignore is a file where you mention the files or folder that you don't want to commit into the git repo. As simple as that. All right. Now, the next one is angular.json file. If you look at it here, you will see that it talks about your build, it talks about serve, it talks about test, right? So basically when you run the command, say ng build or say ng serve command, right? Or ng test command, so those particular commands will take the configuration from this particular files, right? So this file angular.json is where you have the dependencies for your build, right? So this is more specific to your build and deploy, right? Now the next one is karma.config.js file. Karma you can think of, like for example, if you're using Java, you have your test runner, right? Runner to run all your test cases. So similarly, Karma is you can say it's a test runner or engine to run your test cases. All right. So this file is specific to Karma only. Next one is package-lock.json. We'll come to this one. Let's go and quickly have a look at package.json file. So this particular file is similar to your pom.xml file where you have all your dependencies, right? So if you see here, there are two sections. One is dependencies. So these dependencies are required at the runtime. And if you see here, the next one is dev dependencies. So you need all these dependencies at the time of the development. Clear? But now guys, you see here very few dependencies. You don't see all your node underscore module. You see that there are so many libraries you are using it, right? But you don't see those dependencies here in package.json file. So if you go to package.lock.json file, you will see all your dependencies and their version. Okay. Now readme.md, so this is a regular file where you can mention about your instruction, how to make use of your application, right? For example, if you want to start your application, you use ng server command. If you want to generate component or module or any other thing services, you go and use command here. Ng build is to build your application, ng test to run your test cases, right? So basically readme.md file is just where you write all your instructions that how can you start or how can you make use of your application. Simple. Now the next one is tsconfig.app.json file. This particular file is extending another class tsconfig.json, which is here, right? Now what do you see here? It says compiler option. Output directory is going to be this one. You cannot run your TypeScript code in your browser directly, right? So basically you need to have a compiler which can compile your TypeScript code. So this particular configuration file is specific for the TypeScript compiler, right? So this is here tsconfig.json. Now if you see here, it's like, so these properties are specific to the TS compiler. All right. Now the next one is tsconfig.spec.json. So this is for your test case specific file, right? So if you see here, the source is test.ts file, spec.ts. So this file is for specific to your test cases when you want to run your test cases. Now guys, in some of the older version of Angular, you may see E2E folder as well, which is for end-to-end testing. All right. Now guys, let's talk about the SRC folder. So this is the folder where you will be putting most of your time. Now guys, let's talk about the app. This is the main folder where you have all your components. So guys, if you remember in the last video, we discussed about Angular modules, right? So in Angular, you create multiple modules and each module can have multiple components. So you are going to create all your modules inside app folder, right? So app module is your main module, or you can say it's your root module. Okay. So we'll talk about all these files in a moment. Let's go and talk about assets first. So assets is just like your resources folder you have in your Java project, where you put all your static components, JS files, your CSS, your images, or any other resources, right? Now environment files which are specific to your environment. So environment.dev environment and environment.prod.ts file is production environment. Now guys, next one is favicon.ioc. So this is the image that you see in your title bar. So for example, if I go to the application, this image which you see here, right? This A, right? So this is your favicon. If you want, you can simply go and replace this image with any other image, but make sure that you have the same size and the .ico. All right. So main.ts entry point of your application. So your application starts the execution from this particular file, main.ts. So for example, if you talk about your Java code, you have your main class, right? So main class is the entry point of your application. Similarly, in Angular, you have main.ts. So this is the entry point of your application, right guys? Now what do you see here is, this is the important thing. It says that bootstrap module. This is the starting module and it will go and make use of app module. So app module is your root module, which is here. So we'll talk about app module in a moment, right? Polyfill.ts file. So this is specific to your browser. So if you read it here, it says that if you want to add something that you want to load before your application starts, that you can go and configure here, right? Style.css is your global CSS file. Test.ts, so this is run to your test cases, and this class file, if you see here, is used by tsconfig.spec. So this is more specific to run your test cases. The point is you cannot deploy or you cannot promote your application without running the test cases, right? So that's why we have test.ts file. All right. Now guys, as I said, main.ts is the main file and this is the entry point of your application, and it starts your app module, which is your root module, right? So if you go to app module, so this is the module. In your app module, you have declarations where you declare all your components, imports where you import all your modules that you want to make use. For example, if you create a new module, you have to import that module here. Okay. Providers, for example, if you want to create a service and that you want to inject here, so you will mention those services here. And if you see your bootstrap, it says that app component is the bootstrap. For example, so app component is going to be your very first screen. So every module in your application will have components. It can have one component, it can have multiple components. So app component is again your root components, and every component will have 4 files. So every component will have its own CSS file. Every component will have its own HTML file. Every component will have its own spec.ts test file. and app component will have its own app component.ts TypeScript file where you will write code. Alright guys, this is your component class app component. So if you see here, your app module is using app component, right? So app component is this one. So if I go here, app component.ts file, what do you see here? So this is the very important thing. Selector identifies the components in your application, and this particular component is going to use this particular HTML file, app component.html, which is this one, CSS file used by this particular component. Right guys, now if I go and open this app component.html file, so this is the code or the HTML content that you see here on your browser. Right guys, I hope I'm making some sense here. App folder where you will have all your modules, and in a module you can have multiple components. Alright guys, so now we have discussed about all the files here, right? Now let's go back to the PPT. So here you can find the detailed description of each file, like .editor config, this file is specific to your editor. Git ignore, that you want to ignore any specific file that you don't want to commit, right? Readme, angular.json, package.json, right? /apps, assets file which contain all your images, audio, video, or any static file. Environment file is specific to your environment like prod or dev or UAT. Right guys, so main.ts we discussed, this is the entry point of your application, right, which bootstraps the application's root module, which is app module. Test.ts file is main entry point for your unit test cases. So guys, as I said that each component of your Angular will have 4 files. Component.ts, which is the class where you're going to write your business logic. Component.html, where you will be writing your HTML code that will define your UI. Component.css, where you put all your CSS. Component.spec.ts is basically the test cases specific to this particular component. Alright, and we discussed about browser list, karma config, which is again a test case runner. tsconfig, TypeScript configuration file. tslint is basically it's a static code analyzer which verifies your code, which validates your code. So karma is a test runner. tslint is a static code analyzer, and we have something called protector, which is end-to-end testing framework for Angular. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and please do subscribe my channel.